Touchdown, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode. Just touchdown, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode.
Yo, coming to the Barcode Podcast, dog. This is a very special person to meet, dog. This is my guy. I've been knowing him for a long time, been watching him for a long time. And I got to give you your flowers, man. And I always appreciate every person that comes to the Barcode Podcast. And I'm thanking you for coming to the Barcode Podcast. And I can't forget this, Dominican High School alumni, the University of Wisconsin alumni, played professional basketball 14 years overseas. Come on now, y'all. And we can't forget he currently playing for the Big Three. And man, he got a hoodie on, buff as hell, and he's a personal trainer. Y'all give it up for Ray Nixon, man, aka Ray T. Thank you for coming to the Barcode Podcast, baby.
Hey man, pleasure to be here, bro. I love what you're doing over here, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. But before we start, I got a few true-false questions. All right. You know what I'm saying? The first one is, you could walk from Russia to Alaska.
True.
Right, T. How you know that?
I played overseas for 14 years.
Yeah, damn, you're right. But that is true. And they say you can walk on ice there. Like, come on, man. Who gonna walk on ice to that motherfucker?
It's that frigid, bro.
On the real. The next one. Camels have 3 sets of eyelashes.
That's like them chicks out here nowadays with these with the joints. Hey, I'll say false with that one.
Damn, that's true.
3 sets?
They got 3 sets, bro. Got me looking at camels different now. Like counting.
Done up.
On the real. No, but last one, Ray T. Bananas grow upside down.
True.
Ray T. That's correct. Damn, dog. Man, thank you for participating in that, man. You used money on that one, baby.
Funny part about it, my daughter, she's 7. She came to me a couple months ago, like, Daddy, show me how to peel this banana. So I'll take out how we usually do. She's like, that's wrong. You got to do it upside down. So the bottom part with a little black, that's how you open it. I said, wait a minute. Bro, it popped right open. You know, us, we use the stem the whole time. And banana be mangled.
Man, on the real, bro. Man, listen.
On the other side, bro.
I ain't opening no banana upside down, bro. Sorry, I'm used to the...
And you got to time it right, too, though.
On the real. Right. It's always hoodie season. I like that hoodie, man. Yeah. But no, thanks for participating in that. Now we're about to get into the show. These are the questions that I write down. This is like what I would ask someone if I was talking amongst my guys. Your name is Ray Nixon.
Yeah.
Where did Ray T come from?
My middle name is T.
It's T. Okay. You don't care to share what that T stand for?
That's what it is.
It's just T.
That's how.
That's Terrence or nothing.
That's how the nickname came about.
Yeah. Learn something new every day. See, I've been wanting to know that for years. Like, why they call him Ray T and his name Ray Nixon?
It's crazy because a couple people just made up a middle name for me. Like, I'm gonna give you something. Like, yeah, it's just T, bro.
Yeah, just T. Okay, cool. All right, next one, man. Your upbringing, man. I want to know, a little bit about your upbringing and who influenced you to play basketball.
Coming up, like I was just night and day at LeVarnway Boys and Girls Club. And so I met a lot of the people that I know to this day from LeVarnway Boys and Girls Club, and just being in that environment there, it kept us off the streets, because it was crazy, in the neighborhood that I grew up. I grew up on 19th and Locust, bro. So it was always something going on over there. So I just stayed away from all the extracurricular activities and just stayed in the Boys and Girls Club. And from there, like, I started playing football, basketball, got into arts and crafts, all kind of stuff. So they just helped me pretty much set the tone for the direction that my life was going to be in. But stayed in the crib. It's about anywhere from 8 to 12 of us in like a 4-bedroom crib, depending on what year it was. Aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, sister, like all that. Like, so being at the Boys and Girls Club was a smooth getaway. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
It was a smooth getaway. And, you know, back then you could leave 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, don't come back to 6 o'clock at night, and you good. Now you, man, you better not.
Better not do that now, not this day and age.
For real.
Yeah. So, and as far as like brothers and sisters, where you fall at? Are you the oldest, the middle?
No, I'm the youngest. I got I got a sister and a half sister, and then it's just me.
Okay, cool. And when you started playing basketball, you know, around that LeVon Way age, because you are 6'8" right now, how tall were you when you first started off playing basketball?
I was a little dude. I didn't hit my, it's funny, I ain't hit my growth spurt till after I left Vincent.
And listen, I'm glad you brought that up too, because a lot of people don't know that you went to Vincent first.
I know.
Yeah, I know that. You know what I'm saying? The question I wanted to ask you, and I don't know why I'm just so excited about this, because I just found this out like a couple of weeks ago. I heard that you and Carl Landry played for the last spot for the team, and the coach said, "That's true." Tell me about that, dog. How did that?
That's why I told you I had a couple of Landry stories for you. So it's crazy. So they have freshman tryouts or whatever. So we had the tryouts, whatever. I was late to the tryouts, whatever. And me and Carl was going for the last spot. So the thing was, Carl was like a couple points from his GPA from being eligible. And then I was the last person to try out. So they was like, well, this is the last spot. So y'all got to play one-on-one. So I'm like, damn, because Carl was big at that time. I'm like, man, you got to go for broke. So we ended up playing to, I think maybe 7. And I ended up winning 7-6, bro. Like 1 point, bro, for the last spot on freshman team, bro.
And this dude, Carl Landry, he missed his freshman year.
Yep.
Woo, listen, that's a crazy cold story, dog.
But it worked out for him, full circle, you know what I mean? That man had an immaculate career, bro. Shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Big Bro, man. And that time that you were at Vincent, man, how was the confidence level for you, man? Because you were tall. I don't know. Were you tall coming into Vincent though?
I was maybe 6 feet.
Like 6 feet. Okay.
Maybe. That might be generous. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So we all know the history of Vincent and the politics behind it.
Yeah.
And you played freshman at Vincent. How was that year for you, man? Because you wound up dipping after that. But I want to know, how was your first year at Vincent for you?
I mean, it was a gift and a curse at the same time for me, as well as far as the academic side and, like I said, all the extra stuff, but basketball aside, like I've only played 2 games of freshman and they moved me up to JV. And like I was killing on freshman the first couple of games, whatever, they moved up to JV. So like you said about the politics situation, so they had bumped Pat Rogers up to varsity. And I think after a couple of games, whatever, like he got bumped back down to JV. So all the time I was getting on JV, Pat came down and took all that. So I was just riding the bench like the whole year pretty much. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at that time, like you said, Vincent was stacked. Like everybody from the city was at Vincent. You know, the senior class was destroying Wisconsin basketball. That's James Wright, Marshall Williams, you know what I'm saying? All them cats, like they was going to town. So I'm like, it's gonna be a long wait to try to get my reps in over here. And so that and me getting into trouble at Vincent was the reason why I ended up leaving up out of there.
Okay. Yeah, and with you being from, you know, the low numbers, from the ghetto, from the hood, and you skip past all them schools, right? What made you choose Dominican High School?
So I had a connection with Dominican High School when I played for Pal Swish.
Yeah.
Our coach, Nicky Johnson, he had a connect. We used to practice the Dominican all the time. And then a couple of the players on my team was going to Dominican. So that was like, after that, I was like, well, look, you know what? I'll just try to link up with y'all. We can keep this thing going or whatever, because that's what a lot of schools was doing that was winning AAU tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, they had a close-knit group that was playing the whole, like the Rebels. Like, their group was tight as hell. That's why it was always winning. You know what I'm saying? They had crazy talent, and they was always with the same group of guys playing together. So I'm like, look, we're gonna stay together too. So I told mom, like, look, I'm trying to go Dominican. She was like, man, we ain't finna pay no private school. You crazy. I'm like, but when I start getting in trouble, I'm shooting dice in classroom, getting suspended. She was like, well, we're gonna have to go ahead and reconsider. And so even with that, like, crazy thing about it is, I think because tuition was like $4,000 a semester at Dominican.
Yeah.
So she went in to make her first payment for my first semester, and when she went back to take the payment in for the second semester, they was like, "Well, Ray's tuition's been paid up for his entire his entire program at Dominican." So, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, we never knew how, we never knew who, but you know what I'm saying, we got an idea of who did it. And like I said, it was people that we were connected to growing up, my AAU team. And they are denied to this day, but we know who was responsible for the donations, whatever. Like, real good people, man, give us the shirt off their back. And me and their son was real tight growing up. So I feel like that's what, you know what I'm saying, led me to my career at Dominican.
Okay. And then going into the Dominican, it's two things, was a lot of things I want to ask you, but going into Dominican as a sophomore, how tall were you? One, that's what I want to know. How tall?
I went from 6 feet to like 6'4", 6'5".
Okay. So the number two thing I want to ask you is, coming from Vincent, big ass classes, big school, a lot of stuff going on, but now you go to Dominican, smaller. Now you with, the Caucasians, you on that side of town. Was that difficult for you going there your first year?
Kind of, sort of, because I was used to the people already. Like I said, from my AAU squad, and like I said, we used to practice at Dominican all the time. But as far as the culture, that was different. Like, from going from, you know what I'm saying, doing what the hell you want to advance into, now you got more of a structure. You got to wear, you know what I'm saying, you got to wear slacks and button-up shirts, you know what I'm saying, collars, and the curriculum was different. Like you said, smaller classrooms. The education was just like, whoa, I was on some BS, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And just, it opened my eyes up to a lot more opportunities, like, especially because the school's right there on the lake. So it's just like, you see all these nice houses and you see these nice cars and the kids getting dropped off, like this could be me, you know what I'm saying, eventually. So it just gave you something to look forward to and work for.
Yeah, for sure, man, because, I'm real cool with Brandon Brown and J.R. Blount.
Yep.
They were pushing for me to go to Dominican after my freshman year at Vincent. And we used to go up there and hoop. And I just was like, I don't know, I was younger, shallow. I'm like, I don't know, man, this gym's small. I don't know, y'all school small, you know what I'm saying? So for you to adjust to that, like, my hat goes off to you, because you were young, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was gonna ask you about the curriculum, but you already talked about that. But how did the coach, like, how were you in the coach relationship when you went there? Like, did you play JV out gate, or you went straight to varsity?
Straight to varsity out the gate. I played maybe 12, 15 minutes a game.
Okay.
Sophomore year, it was back and forth, had a decent role. We got a chip first year. Me and the coach had a great relationship. Like, he's solely responsible for, like, my career and where it took off to, especially going to Wisconsin. like he was one of them coaches that cared about his players. Like if our grades started to slip, which mine did, especially with the curriculum, like he made me do fucking progress reports. This man had to walk me to class, like make sure Ray got his stuff. Here go his sheet, make sure, I'm like, bro. And back then you thinking like, okay, dude, like he a headache, you know what I'm saying? But he actually cared about, you know what I'm saying, us as players, especially us being Black inner city youth. Like he really cared about us making it out and not just basketball. Like it was games where I couldn't, you know, our coaches would try to finagle some stuff and so you'd be able to play. He was like, no, you gotta sit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was that serious. And then when it came time to take the ACT, SATs or whatever, like my first two, I got 17. I needed a 19 to qualify for the clearinghouse in Wisconsin. Man had to hire me a tutor. He made me stay after class, after school every day working with the tutor. I'm like, bro, next test, 18. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Last test of the year, he drove me to the ACT test, bro.
Get in this car, Ray. Come on, man.
He drove me. I ended up getting a 20 and ended up getting my full ride at Wisconsin.
That's dope, man. Yeah. I always ask that, man, because it's a lot of players that I talk to that, you know, did good for the program. And we assume that their relationship is good with the coach. And they be like, man, what dude used to, you know, keep my letters from me or do this or do that. So that's why I always ask people like, man, how was your relationship with the coach, man? And with you getting 12 to 15 minutes, who was all on that team?
We had London Dunlow, Philippe Baquette, T. Hill had transferred from Washington, Chris Conrad, Sniper. White boy was cold. White boy was cold. And a couple other pieces that was just like, you know what I'm saying, like real solid role players, bro. But we got it done though. We was what, 24-1? Yep.
Now when y'all won it that first year, did you have, like, you know how you got your boys that still from the inner city and whatnot? Were they just shocked like, dude, Ray T was just that Vincent dude. He was 6 feet playing freshman and JV. And, you know, now he go to Dominican, he getting 12 to 15 minutes and he won a state title. Like, was your boys hitting you up like, oh, like?
Not really, because they was pretty much a part of everything. Like,
no,
they ain't look at me no different. Like, we still hung out, still did the same stuff. Like, I was still just Ray T. Like, they didn't care about none of that. Like, for real. Like, okay, so.
No, for real. Those are so. But I always heard about this too, Ray. See, I want to say when I was a freshman, you was a senior. Yeah, you were a senior. But I always heard about the Ray T and Steve Novak rival.
Oh yeah.
Like, tell me about that. Like, how that match up, man. How that was, man.
Yo, crazy. So I didn't know I knew because like when we would play Brown Deer, it was never like Brown Deer versus Dominican. It was always Nixon versus Novak. Like newspaper, everything. So like the rivalry was pretty big. I didn't know it was that big until senior year when we played Brown Deer at Brown Deer. And the entire squad from Vincent was at the game.
Greg, Wante.
The entire squad from Vincent and half the Rebels was at the game. I'm like, bro, how y'all? I'm like, don't y'all got a game? They're like, nah, we off tonight. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. It's about to go down, bro. So we in the game, I had like 13 quick out the gate. Went baseline, trying to take off. I got kneed in the thigh by their center. I forgot dude's name, but he was like a massive human being, bro. Bro, and my thigh swole up so much I couldn't play the rest of the game, bro. I was tight. They had me back in the locker room trying to put Tiger Balm on my joint, trying to get me to run and stretch it out. I was cramping up so bad I couldn't even finish the rest of the game.
Wow.
So we ended up winning. Novak go off for 42.
Wow.
Let me explain the 42.
Okay, yeah, let me hear that.
42 is 42. I don't care how you slice it. But the man went 27 for 27 from the free throw line.
Oh, hold on. You're talking to a guy that went to Vincent and played upstate. I mean, I know.
Hey, I said, bro, how you hit 27 free throws in a high school basketball game?
I think I'm more looking at it like, y'all called 27 fouls?
Word? That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly. I'm like, come on, man. 20.
Yeah. Now, back then, Ray T, now I know you older, wiser, and more humble, but back then, did you feel like you was the better player?
Yeah, still do.
Ooh, I like that, Ray T. That's why I like you, dog.
Straight up.
That's why I like you, dog.
Like, I'm a completely different player from Novak. Like, Novak was skilled, sniper, long, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could do certain things within the role of what Brown Deere and even Marquette, had designed for him. But I was quick, I was athletic, I was a little bit stronger. Like, I could shoot, I could drive to the basket, I could put the ball on the floor. Like, so anytime we had that game, it was just a clash of the Titans. I loved that rival so much. And me and him even became good friends after that and ended up playing on the same AAU team and won state for some Wisconsin stuff with it. We had a couple cats from out in Brookfield, a couple cats from Randolph. But yeah, like and that rival led even into Wisconsin. They had some little, Marquette in Wisconsin, little, you know what I mean? But that rival was crazy. And the next time we played them after that first time I got hurt, we played them at our crib, and it was lunchtime. It was lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Just with a smooth little 26.
Yeah, just a smooth 26, that's all.
With the win. Like
with the duds. Y'all won both, right?
Yeah,
y'all won both. And it's another big game, too. I remember coming to this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ray T. Y'all played King at the Al McGuire Center, right? Or no? Was it the Al McGuire Center?
No, we played them at I do know what you're talking about. We played them at
that wasn't Hoop Fest, was it? No, was it?
It was a tournament. I forgot what it was. We played them in a tournament.
Okay. Because I remember going to that game, and I was going to ask you about, the non-conference games.
Yeah.
That you played, but I remember y'all playing King, and if I'm mistaken, no, yeah, King was just good. I don't know, they didn't go upstate that year, but they were a good team. Yeah. And I always ask guys that go to schools outside, like, the city conference, what non-conference games they play. If you could remember that game, though, were y'all the underdogs going in that game against King?
Of course. Of course. Like they didn't know, like even like nobody really respect, because at that time it was different conferences. They had the WIA and then WISA. We were in the WISA conference. You know what I'm saying? Wisconsin Interscholastic, whatever the whole joint is, whatever. But so they didn't respect a lot of those schools, like us, Nicolay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the Caucasian private type schools, you know what I mean? So they like, you know what I'm saying? They some cream puffs, like, you know what I'm saying? But they don't know, like, these boys can get with it. And they structured, they got sound, like they run all day. Like we just rely purely on our athleticism, but them boys could go. But yeah, King, they ended up beating us. And even with that, like a lot of people, half of the team from King was on my AAU team. Yeah. Fletcher, Dixon, Jamel Wilson, like all of them cats, I played with them AAU. So like it was very familiar for me. I mean, but they just had like their guard play was just it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember going to that game, man. Ray T with the Braves was something else, y'all. I'm like,
hey, wish.
Yeah. Now, senior year. I hope I got this right too. Your senior year, I want to say y'all was almost like undefeated, but then y'all run up against Augsburg. Hold on, Ray T. Hold on. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to spell Augsburg. Okay.
Hey, you are.
Yeah. What happened? How the fuck y'all lose to them, Ray T?
Bro. to this day, it pissed me off to this day, but I still will put all the responsibility on me because I made the correct basketball play when I should have been the dog that did it. You know what I mean? So we going back and forth the whole game. I think it may have been like the most was like a 5-point lead by either team. And like you said, yeah, we was undefeated that year, conference and non-conference. And we swept through the playoffs. We get to Oostburg, the last game before going upstate. And like timeout, couple seconds left on the clock, maybe 6. I get the ball at half court. I come down, break my man down. I see a cat in the corner wide open. I swing the ball to him instead of me continuing to go and try to make something happen. And he missed a shot and we end up losing the game. But I still feel like that's on me because especially I was cooking that game too, because I'm like, we gotta go upstate. Like we gotta go upstate. And I made the correct basketball play and we end up losing by 2 points.
Oh shit, man. And that guy that you swung it to, do he normally make that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I kind of heard something else, but it wasn't from somebody on that particular team. It was someone younger, but they made it seem like y'all like overlooked Oostburg because they felt like Oostburg didn't stand a fucking chance against y'all. And shit,
they felt that because of our record. Yeah. And I think Oostburg may have had like only 2 losses.
Oh, got you.
So like in practice, like we didn't feel like they was no slouch at all. And like I said, from the jump, it was back and forth the whole game. It wasn't just like, oh, we can sleep on these cats. Like, no, and that's how our coach, that's to his greatness. And he done won 4 or 5 championships. And a couple at Dominican, couple at Greendale, Martin Luther. I'm like, so yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing, but them boys was ready to play too.
Was ready to play too. Yeah, I respect that, JT. I like that. Now, your senior year is the same year as Maurice Wade, Greg Brown, Steve Novak, and you got yourself.
Danny Grunfield.
Oh, Danny Grunfield. Yeah, my B. I forgot about him. Danny Grunfield. Yeah, at Nicolay doing this thing, right? Yeah, at Nicolay. Did you, the season that you had, JT, the wonderful career that you had.
JT, one more time, we're going to thug it
Dude,
out.
I called you JT?
Twice.
Okay, Ray T. I'm sorry. I got them back. Ray T. My bad. And I do talk to JT like on the regular.
I was going to say, can you talk to JT?
Yeah, I talk to him on the regular. I ain't going to lie.
I already know.
Ray T, JT. All right, but Ray T. Come on, man. Give me them 2 back. My bad, bro.
Hey, I got you, bro. It's all love.
Yeah, love, baby. So did you think that you had a chance to win Mr. Basketball your senior year, even though you don't think you had a chance, though?
Not at all. I wasn't that player. Like I've always been like, even that, like I said, the same thing that happened with Oostburg. I've always been that team guy. Like I finished with like what 17, 18 points a game. Like my senior year, like them cats was 20, 25, like getting to it. Like I was doing it within the system, but our team was winning. I stood out like in the bigger games, whatever. I never even thought about the Mr. I got first team all state. Yeah. But as far as the Mr. Basketball, no, I never even looked to that accolade because, like I said, our school, being in that conference, I knew the type of player I was. And so, yeah, I wasn't. Oh, okay. That wasn't my way. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And after having that beautiful senior year, even though you fell short, y'all fell short or whatnot, what all schools were offering you, or you been committed with Wisconsin? Did you have?
I started with Wisconsin my junior year.
Your junior year.
Yeah. Okay. But I had the schools that gave me offers was Xavier, Boston College, Virginia, Marquette, and Wisconsin.
Okay. And can I ask why you choose Wisconsin? And I'm only asking that. I know you're a team player, but you got to understand I'm younger, JT. So I seen like, man, Ray T, you know what I'm saying? And with Wisconsin having that swing offense, like I want to know why you chose Wisconsin.
Well, it wasn't even me choosing Wisconsin. Wasn't for the basketball culture at all.
Okay.
Like I knew it was a slower system, defensive first type of program, but it was kind of like even me watching the interview with Marcus. Like it was at home, but it was away from home. And my biggest thing was I wanted my family to be able to come see me play or whatever, but I wasn't at Marquette down the street from where I live. Like I could still get away and have that actual college experience.
Yeah.
And it was a comfort for me too, because again, like I said, when I went up there for my visit, half of the team was from Milwaukee. We had Freddie Owens, Devin Harris, you know what I mean? Like, and those guys I was real close with. And then they told me to recruit Boo because Boo was on the fence. So, and me and Boo was standing across the street from each other. So they like, look, you got to get Boo to come. I'm like, so I'm talking to Boo. I had never talked to Boo this much in my life. And I'm at the crib playing a video game. I'm like, bro, you got to come, man. He like, man, okay, cool. So we ended up deciding to come. But yeah, like it was the relationship with the players from the team that made it, you know what I'm saying, an easy decision for me to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah, man. That incoming class was so nice. Oh man. And I know you said you didn't choose it for the culture, but walking into Wisconsin, like you were one of your homies that live right by you, you know, who, and then you got Devin Harris and Freddie, like two like Wisconsin like household names from the city. You know what I'm saying? How much did you learn from them? Because they were about a year or two ahead of you.
It was Freddie's senior year.
Okay.
And Devin, no, they was both, when I was a freshman, Devin and Freddie both were sophomores and juniors.
Sophomore, junior.
Devin left his junior year. So he played 2 years and left his, yeah, so he was a sophomore. Yeah, he played sophomore year, junior year, and then he left. And Freddie was a sophomore. No, Freddie was a junior. He played junior and senior year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did you learn from them, man? Just being an incoming freshman at Wisconsin, like
you notice quickly, like how you go from being a big fish in a little pond in high school to being a little fish in a big pond in college. Like these guys, their work ethic, their attention to detail, you know what I'm saying? How hard they went in practice. Like, you know, us from the crib, like we super goofy, don't take nothing too much serious. And like when it's go time, like they on it, you know what I'm saying? Diving for loose balls and scrapping, arguing, fussing and fighting. Like, dude, this is different. You know what I'm saying? So you learn to level up real quick. And even with that, like I should have listened to Devin. I still have one regret about Wisconsin. And it's not really a regret. I feel like I got played. Speak. So me coming to Wisconsin, like they had me playing the 4. Right. And I'm at Wisconsin, like them we got farmers that's at the 4 position. Strong, brolic, you know what I'm saying, 6'8", 6'10" or better. And I'm 185 pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, this ain't really my role. So like I go to the coach's office before our first preseason game, and I'm like, I talked to Devin first because our lockers were next to each other.
Okay.
Like, I think I want a red shirt. He was like, well, how you feel? I'm like, well, I don't feel like I'm ready yet. I ain't developed. You know what I'm saying? I'm still too small. I want to put some size on, whatever. He's like, well, I think you should. That'd be a good opportunity for you to, you know what I'm saying, develop, learn the game, learn the system, whatever, and come out next year. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Told me that. Man, he know what the system, he know what's going on. Cool. I went to the coach's office, geek, like, you know what? I'm making a decision. I'm a red shirt. So Coach Jeter, he was like, no, because I was their first recruit.
Yeah.
We gonna count on you this season. We gonna need you. I'm like, but I don't feel like, they're like, no, don't worry about that. Like, you're going to play, you're going to fit into the system, whatever. So they gassed me up. I'm like, okay, cool. And the first 2-3 preseason games, they let me rock a little bit. I'm playing 10, 12 minutes a game. I'm like, okay, cool. Regular season hit. Ask me how many minutes I played that. Bro, you go check my college stats right now. It's like 0.4 minutes a game for my freshman season, bro.
4 minutes?
Bro, I think I only played maybe 12 games. Got in like 12 games that whole year. And them was pretty much the garbage minutes.
Yeah.
So that whole year I could have had development, you know what I'm saying? They really threw me in the fire, and I had some resentment to that. So I was like, man, that's some BS. So like, I wasn't trying to practice hard. I wasn't trying to, you know what I'm saying? It hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a detriment to my own career, but I just kind of felt they played me. So I was rebelling a little bit. And then and my family to this day, like, man, that damn Bo Ryan, he played you. I'm like, nah, I'm like, Bo Ryan didn't do nothing to me. It was all on me. Like, I wasn't taking it serious. I wasn't practicing hard. I wasn't focusing on stuff I need to focus on. And so that's the reason why I still had that little love-hate relationship with Wisconsin. But they didn't do anything to me. They gave me a chance to have a 4-year college career. I went on to play basketball, got a full ride. I'm like, I wouldn't trade that for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with you going to Jeter and you saying that you want to, redshirt or whatnot, it's almost like he ain't let you make your own choice. So that's almost like that wasn't fair, though. You know what I'm saying? So is it really your fault, you know what I'm saying, that you had that freshman season? Because it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Because what if you would have pushed for that? Like, no, I want to sit out. I want to sit out and, learn the game and get bigger, better. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you think about it, I came in, it was a class of 6, my freshman class. My senior year, I was the only senior. Why? Because everybody else got a chance to redshirt.
Wow. Weird.
So we came in with 6. It was me, Boo, Orlando Tucker, Jason Chappell, Marquitas McGee, me, and Andreas Helmet, cat from Austria. So all 6 of us came in together. Orlando ended up breaking his foot. He got to have a medical red shirt. Same thing with Jason Chappell. Boo had his struggles. Marquitas got kicked out of school for off the campus stuff. And then Andreas got to red shirt for injury. So on senior night, it was just me.
Wow.
On senior night, it was just me, bro.
Dog, man, dog. When we get older and we be looking back at stuff, dog, boy, listen, I'll be just like you, like, man, why the fuck didn't I just do this shit, man? Like,
you know
what I'm saying? Yeah, but so fast forwarding, not too much, but well, I'm gonna rewind and then fast forward, but rewinding, you beat one of the Landrys for the last spot.
Right.
Milwaukee Vincent to play a freshman. So fast forwarding just a little bit, you get a chance to play with Marcus Landry.
Yeah, my dog.
Yeah, he the little brother. Now you said you had a story to tell. I want to hear it because that's my best friend, man, and I'm ready to call him now. Like Ray T said.
He probably remember. I don't know if he do or he don't, but if I know Mark like I know Mark, he remember this story. So Mark, he didn't play that freshman year or whatever. Yeah. So, but he's still practicing. So I think maybe one of the first practices of the year, like I'm the lone senior and Mark is a freshman. So we're doing one-on-one drills. So I'm supposed to be like the defensive specialist. I was a 3-and-D guy. Shoot, play defense, athletic, whatever. So everybody, coach will call out one player, call another player. Okay, you got to get 3 stops or whatever. So he called out Marcus. Okay, he's like, okay, Ray, go guard him. Well, okay, cool. When I say I couldn't stop Mark to save my life, bro. Hey, and I'm getting tight, like, wait a minute. because he wasn't doing nothing special. He wasn't but it's just like he had this thing where like he was gonna get a bucket. Like he wasn't blowing past me, he wasn't overpowering me. It's just like he would make little counters, whatever. And so coach was like, okay, guard him again. He scored again. Guard him again. So now I'm getting pissed, like, all right, dog. Like, I gotta stop this young cat, bro. He scored 3 straight times, bro. Like, hats off to him, bro. He had a marvelous career in Wisconsin. Like, I wonder if people ever remember that, but yeah, I could, bro. And I was tight. But because of that, man, I got on it then.
Yeah.
It's time for you to start taking this serious. Like I said, I had resentment towards the school. I'm like, nah, like senior year, this is all you got left. So I started taking everything serious, start getting in the books like I was supposed to, practices, extra work, stuff like that, stuff that I wasn't doing the first half of my career. So, but yeah, Mark, I don't know what it was. I'm like, bro, I couldn't stop you. I couldn't stop
you. You don't think Carl called him?
Carl called him.
Say, hey, little bro.
Get him back for me. Hey, get him back for me.
Get him back for me, little bro. And Mark was like, yeah.
And from that point, like me and Mark was so tight. We used to go back and forth. Like anytime we had a break, me and him would hop in the whip and go back to the crib. We'd be kicking on Marquette campus. That's him and so I was always with him back at the crib. And then when we would have like road games, I would leave Mark my car.
Yeah.
So take the car, do whatever. So like, and then when I ended up leaving my senior year, he took my I just gave him my spot at the crib because I had to leave and he was still there with Orlando Tucker. So I was like, bro, you just take my spot. So he moved in and took my part of the lease. But yeah, Mark, that's my dog, bro.
And that's my dog, man. Wonderful guy, man. Y'all, all y'all guys that went to Wisconsin are good guys. Y'all humble, man. And dog, I really see for you, Ray T. See, listen. Ray T really being cool right now. Dude is sillier than me, y'all. He just keeping it cool right now.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, who was sillier though? You or Marcus, dog?
Marcus. I don't know. Mark was more reserved though. He was. He had his moments where he act a plum ass, but he was more reserved. Like, yeah, I think I might have been more sillier.
Yeah, okay.
Mark was a grown man as a freshman. Mark had a whole family. Yeah. Mark was a grown man. He had real responsibilities, Jack.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, damn, Mark. But when you didn't get a chance to redshirt and you was like angry or whatnot, did you have a thought in your head like, man, I'm about to transfer? Or
I did. The year Jeter transferred to go to UW1. I was like, bro.
That was your sophomore year, right?
Huh?
That was your sophomore year. He went to UW, right?
I think he was going into my junior year.
Okay, going into your junior year. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's at the crib. I know the system better because like me and him had a real tight relationship. So I'm like, well, look, I'm about to dip with you. And he was like, nah, stay here. Like, this would be a better situation for you. I'm like, but I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. And I actually played a lot my sophomore year. I played more my sophomore year, I think, than I did my junior year. Wow. But yeah, I wanted to dip. I was like, yeah, I think I could do more at a different school. Like you said, the school was slow, the system or whatever, but I'm like, I want to get out and go a little bit. And that's what UWM was doing. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to rock with you. He was like, nah, stay here. It's better for you. The system is good. Like you'll have a much better career if you stick this out here.
Yeah.
Talked to a couple of my family members like, no, you don't want to be no quitter. Like just take your lumps, you know what I'm saying? Deal with it how you want to deal with it. But I feel like you should stay here too. And I feel like it worked out for the best.
Yeah, for sure. Now, when this situation happened, were you having meetings with Bo Ryan? Like, how was your relationship around this time when you was like kind of, unhappy?
No, we ain't had too many conversations at all. Like the only time we really spoke was during practice, or we had like events, stuff like that. He was a real cool dude off the court. Like people talk a lot about Bo Ryan, like he an asshole, he this, he that. I'm like, I mean, you gonna win, you got to get that out your players. Like On the court, yeah, he was definitely an asshole, but off the court, real good dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like me being that happy, I was just like, no, I was pretty much just lashing out, which was hurting myself. But nah, like I wasn't having no means with nobody.
Yeah, on the real. That's hey, listen, we all like that from the mill. We like, oh no, I ain't with that. I ain't dude know what he doing. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Right.
That's just how we are. Yeah.
I'm like, how would that like me going there complaining about playing time and all this and the other? Like me, and I'm knowing I ain't really putting forth no real effort. Like, of course he not gonna play me and give me no rock. Like, no, for what? You ain't producing.
You going through the motion. But
Yeah.
was you a little confused getting a
Oh,
lot of time your sophomore year and then not as much your junior year? Like, did that fuck with your head around that time? No?
no, not really. I mean, because even from sophomore year to junior year, it was a minor difference as far as like playing time. But like if you try to look, I played more games and my stats I think was better from my sophomore to junior year or whatever. But no, I was locked in at that point as far as being in the system and being okay with everything. But I was just like, if I had opportunity to dip and could do more, like I'd take it. You know what I mean? I wasn't completely unhappy by the time I started playing, but if that opportunity came up, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get out.
Yeah, type stuff. Yeah. Now, your role on the team, would you consider yourself a defender, like a defensive player? Yeah. Now, with you being in the Big Ten, especially around that time, I feel like it was a lot of demons.
Yeah.
In that fucking conference around that time. Who was some of the toughest players that you had to guard while playing in the Big Ten?
D Brown, Darren Williams, this cat from Michigan. He's one of the toughest cats I played against. And I don't know if anybody even know who this cat is, Bernard Robertson Jr. This was my, I want to say freshman, sophomore year. But dog was cold. He was cold. Chris Hill from Michigan State. Shannon Brown, Michigan State. They had a shooter from Penn State. Oh my God. It was a nightmare guarding dude, chasing him off 1,000 screens. 1,000 screens, bro. Then they had my man from Iowa, I can't think of his name. Then they had Bracy Wright, Indiana.
I remember
I had to guard a lot of cats.
You definitely did. Them guys got it in. You got it in. Was you happy with your role though there? Like being a defender?
I mean, at that point, I was happy with anything. It beat that freshman year, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, whatever. But I took on the role and tried to do my best with it. Like, okay, Ray, you knocked down the open shot, the trailer three, whatever, because I was playing back between shooting guard and stretch four.
Yeah.
So depending on transition or in half court offense, my role would always fluctuate. But I was cool with it. You know what I mean? Because I had guys on the team that was like scorers, like go get it. So they can't be trying to score and guard, you know what I'm saying, the best players on other teams. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do what I can do with this. And try to make a little name for myself doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And while I'm pretty sure, I don't know why I remember this because I am a Wisconsin fan. Did you ever have a chance to make it to the NCAA tournament?
I never had a spring break.
I like that.
I never had a spring break to the point where.
Talk your shit, Jay.
So check it out.
Great
so
team.
I was just back at the crib for Christmas, and Orlando Tucker, him and his wife and family came up to visit me or whatever. And so we was talking about it. I know it was freshman year. We went to the Sweet 16. And I wanted so bad for us to lose so we could go on spring break.
Man.
Hey, we was losing to Tulsa in the second round or whatever. And we start making the comeback. But while we was losing, all of us on the end of the bench, like, yeah, we about to get ready to go to spring break, like the season about to be over, so on and so forth. We ended up coming back. Freddie hit a 3 to win the game. We was happy and tight at the same time. Like,
your whole demeanor just changed. You like,
hey,
yeah, bro. You
hey,
like, he hit the 3 line.
when you see like they have like little highlight videos or whatever. When you see like the video, we the last ones off the bench to go run to the pile and celebrate. Damn. Yay.
Yeah, like, yeah. Good job, Freddie. Man, mad as well. Yeah. But man,
like, okay, cool. This was dope, especially traveling to different cities, playing in football stadiums and 70,000 fans in the crowd. Like, bro, it was crazy. Motorcades leading you to the game, police. I'm like, bro, this is big time stuff.
That was, listen, watching it, I love March Madness, but you actually played in a part of it. And like, I'd have played upstate before, and I thought upstate was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But everybody watching it on TV and everything, man. How did you prepare yourself for that game, dog? Like, did you approach it? Like, were you like a little nervous? I'm pretty sure you was nervous.
It didn't matter. The preparation didn't matter. When you got in that arena with them fans, bro, everybody on that court had some butterflies, dog. I don't care what they tell you. The atmosphere was crazy. Like, the rim don't even look the same when you got that large backdrop where it's like 100 feet before you get to the first chair. I'm like, nah, it was crazy. Like, as soon as you start warming up, you see the lights, you see all of the CBS and NBC and all the broadcasts. Like, nah, it's go time. Them lights got real bright. Yeah. So cats didn't settle in to about 10 minutes in the first half. You could prepare all you want to, but you know what I'm saying, moving on from every year being into it, the nerves settle a little bit more, like from the first year Sweet 16 to us going to the Elite Eight, you know what I'm saying? And like, every tournament was different.
Yeah. Man, Elite Eight, Sweet 16. See, I know what type of basketball player I was, especially at my younger age. I was silly as hell before games. I'm the type of motherfucker that would have walked up to Dick Vitale like, bro, say my name, bro. Like, I was that type of.
And I know this about you too.
I been in the lab line. Dick Vitale, say my name, man. Quentin Burfield, bro. Come on, man. Like,
he's awesome, baby, with a capital Y. He's a BTP, a primetime player.
I'm in the game, missing free throws, turning it over and everything, bro.
They said your name for real, then.
For real, like, oh my God, this dude.
Get this cat off the flow.
Oh, man, for real. Man, for you to just go through that experience, man, just, you know, playing for such a huge, like, university, dude, Wisconsin, man, and a Hall of Fame coach, man, and having a chance to make it to the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight, and you play with guys that, you know, played in the NBA, you know, and dog, that's so dope, dog. Like, you know, and like I told you, man, and like I tell everybody else, dude, that's why I love doing this podcast stuff, man, because I be want to know, right, man. Like, yeah, okay, he played with Devin Harris, Marcus, and I'm like, how was your relationships and stuff like that? Like, I be want to know stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you finish up at Wisconsin. Now, once you finish up, are you reaching out to an agent? Are you trying to go to an NBA workout? Are you thinking like, man, I'm about to just throw my name in the draft? Like, what was your mindset?
None of that. So I owe my entry to my overseas career to AJ Moye. Okay. He played at Indiana. But that summer, me and Lou Monroe went down to Kentucky, I want to say, for a Pro-Am tournament. We down there, whatever, and he put a team together, and I'm going to work. And they got NBA scouts, they got overseas scouts, whatever, and they have like a little newspaper thing that they had down there reporting for the tournament. Mm-hmm. They had me listed as like one of the, you know what I'm saying, the top prospects at the tournament. Like, this guy has tremendous upside. He'll be in the NBA one day. if he don't make it, you know what I'm saying, through this, just look out for this guy. I'm like, bet. So after that, AJ was like, yeah, man, I'm about to go play overseas. And I think he was in Iceland or Greenland.
Okay.
He was like, give me your number. You know what I'm saying? I plug you if ever, you know what I'm saying, something come up. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't thinking nothing of it. So end of the summer, Wisconsin, we're getting ready to take our international trip. It was a tournament in Italy we were supposed to go to. And since we missed it's every 4 years they're supposed to go. And my freshman year, we ended up not going. So I was still entitled to go on my senior trip, even though I was done with Wisconsin. But I still had to go to the trip. So I'm in the training room like a week before we get ready to go. My mom had got tickets, everything. So I get a phone call and it's AJ. He's like, bro, you want to go hoop in Germany? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I'm over here in Germany, like they looking for an athletic wing. And I told him about you. I'm like, bro, bet. He was like, it ain't a lot of bread. I'm like, I don't give a damn, like, bet. He was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get you in touch with the coach, whatever, y'all work everything out. So I tell Bo Ryan, I'm like, look, I got an opportunity to go play ball overseas, whatever. It's the same time as tournament in Italy. So they was like, well, you know, when you sign the contract by law, we can't take you because you're considered a professional.
Wow.
So I'm like, for real, like, bro, I can just ride with y'all over there and then just go from Italy to Germany. It's a shorter joint. My mom already got her ticket and everything, whatever, like, and the assistants was like, bro, ain't nobody gonna know, like, just let Ray ride. But Bo was like, no, he by the book, everything, like, we can't do it because if any sanctions come down on the university, scholarships can get taken, whatever he was talking about. But
yeah,
like, so I had to sit that one out. So I get overseas to Germany, and I'm making a name for myself, like big time, like dunk contest, 3-point shooting contest. Like, I'm like, look, it's go time. You got to do something. So I was getting paid like $2,000 a month in euros. So at the time, it was like $3,000 US. And I'm like, some got shake. So some got to shake. So I had a pretty good year that year. And the coach came to me at the end of the season, like, look, we want to sign you back. We can only bump you up by another $1,000 a month. And I'm thinking like, nah, I got the dunk contest. I can get more than that. Whole summer, crickets. Nothing. I'm like, damn. So I reached back out to the coach, like, man, y'all still want to sign you back? Like, we want to sign you back, but now that extra $1,000 is gone. So I had to go back for the second year for the same thing. And at this point, I didn't have no agent. I didn't have nothing. I had a word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? Look out for me. And I got a contract like that. So I'm $2,000 a month. Had my son my first year being overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, look, I got to make some shit shake. So second year, I won the dunk contest, got me an agent, whatever. And he was like, look, you got tremendous upside. Like, we need to market you a little bit better. So he marketed me more to Eastern Europe, whatever. And so I ended up going to Finland after I left Germany. Won the chip. I got player of the year. I'm like, yeah, it's starting to look up. Left Finland, went to top league France. I'm like, okay, now it's go time. Getting some bread. France league, competitive as hell. You hear me, Jack? Boy. So the whole preseason, our coach ain't even there. So we going through the whole preseason with just our assistants, whatever. We don't have no roles. We don't have no, you know what I'm saying, no continuity, nothing. So he on the French national team is like the 5th assistant. We like, bro, you could be here with us. You on the national team, just pretty much a placement holder.
Yeah.
So season start, we lose our first 7 games out the gate. The owner came in the locker room at halftime, our 7th game. He said, look, y'all got 30 minutes to save y'all jobs.
Man, I was just about to say that.
Swear to God, he said that and walked out. We was down by like a dub. I was like, oh, what? We came back, ended up losing by 3. I'm like, I went back to the apartment that night. I got on the phone with my agent. I said, look, now the owner came here tonight, said we had 30 minutes to save our jobs. We lost, so I don't know what that means. So just be on the lookout for something else. Sure enough, that morning, they called everybody in there, all the imports out of there. So I reached out to my coach in Finland. I'm like, look, y'all got a spot for me? He's like, well, look, we can get rid of somebody. So they got rid of somebody in Finland, and I went back to play the second half over there in Finland.
Yeah.
I won a chip with them last year, so me and Dude had a real good rapport with each other. So I finished that year in Finland, and then one of my teammates that I played with in Finland, he was from Utah, but his agent was having a camp in Chicago that summer. He was like, bro, you live in Milwaukee, just come down to this camp. My agent, he run the, you know what I'm saying, overseas camp for these Japanese teams. I'm like, okay, cool. That's an hour from the crib, bet. So I go out there, meet his agent, whatever. This man got me a job the first day of tryouts, out the gate.
You was dominating, you was kicking that?
No, I was playing sound basketball. Like, wasn't nothing flat. Like but he told me, like, you know what? I liked you because you had hustle. You was always in the right place. You always played defense. You never took no plays off. I'm like, oh, it wasn't about the scoring. It wasn't about the athleticism. None of that. He's like, we need those kind of guys on my team. So I signed the contract that night. I'm like, bet. Money doubled from what I was been getting. I'm like, it's Japan. I'm like, okay, bet. First year, championship. I'm like, oh, let's get it. I'm like, oh, let's get it. So that next year, they wanted to sign me back. So just like true melanated fashion, we like, I want more money. I want more bread.
You just got paid double.
And then we found out some of the cats on the team had got salary bonus, like they got double day salary. They wasn't making a lot to begin with, but they salary double. Like, we know you got some bread, at least sprinkle me another little band or two. He's like, no, we want to bring you back, but we can't afford to pay. So we was like, okay, cool. So I ended up leaving there and went to another team in Japan. And that was like the best seasons that I had over there when I went to the other team. I played 3 years with them. And then my first team I played with, they offered me back after those 3 years with that team. Like, we want you back to the team. So I went back there. Then my last 3 years, I played in Tokyo for a company team. And that was so love, bro. Oh my God. Because we only practice once a week on Wednesdays. Because that's when all of the players had a day off from work. So the rest of the week, it was just like individuals. Like me and the other 3 imports or whatever would do like 2-on-2 shooting drills, you know what I'm saying, ball handling, like that was practice. Yeah. And we in the heart of Tokyo, all this culture, all the environment, the food, like it was so dope. The bread was crazy. Fans, everything. I'm like, bro, this is life. Like, this is life. So I did that for 3 years, and then they signed me up for the FIBA 3-on-3 joint they have over there. So in the summer, so they were like, well, look, we want to bring you back for next. This is my first year with this team. They're like, we're gonna bring you back next year. At this time, it was like November. I'm like, I ain't never got no offer in the middle of the year, bro. Never to come back. Over there, it's like one and done for contracts. Like, you very rarely hear about cats signing multiple year contract. So I'm like, he was like, we want to bring you back. So me, my stupid ass, I'm like, no, like, I told him, I said, no, man, like, I was like, no, I kind of want to earn my keep. Let's see how the rest of the season go. Like, let's see. He was like, look, we don't care about all that. We want to offer you again right now before somebody else do whatever. I'm like, okay, so cool. So this is my first 6-figure contract. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So they was like, we want you to play 3-on-3 for the summer. I'm like, well, when is 3-on-3? They was like, from June to August. I'm like, damn, that's my whole summer. I told him that.
I knew that was coming, Jake.
I said, that's my whole summer. I can't be at the crib. They was like, well, because our season ended in March. So they was like, well, look, after the season, go home. We'll still pay you while you at home. I'm like, bad. So I get to go to the crib for 2 months, and I flew back over to Tokyo like first week of June to start the 3-on-3 season, whatever. So I'm getting paid good bread doing that for the summer. We win the championship there. I got player of the year there. So I'm constantly leveling up year after year after year. So I'm like, I had a phenomenal career in my opinion. Like, it was several cats that, you know what I'm saying, played league, you know what I'm saying, played overseas, high level, this, that, other. I'm like, but for me, the kind of career that I could have had versus the one that I did, I feel like it was very successful for me. Like, to play 14 years of anything, you know what I mean? Like, that's all God right there, bro.
Yeah. And for you to play 14 seasons and then travel, you know, all overseas, you know, different shit, you know, all that type of stuff, beautiful stuff. And the way you started off too, like, you really got it out the mud, bro. Like, the average person, bro, would have been like, bro, I don't want to get 2 G's again another year. No, I need more. You know what I'm saying? But you stuck with it, bro, and climbed up. And that's why I appreciate you so much, Ray T, for coming to the show, bro, because, you know, we got a lot of young, dog. I owe you plenty Ray T's, man. I know you
good.
Yeah, I know you forgive me, dog. But these young guys out here that's playing now, bro, they need to hear this, man. Because they the ones that's gonna get mad and be like, bro, no, I ain't doing it again. Right.
They want instant gratification, bro, and it's so easily accessible to them now. Everything is on front page. Everything is, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much access. Like, we didn't get no exposure unless we went to ABCD camp, unless we went to AAU nationals. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, leagues. They got these high school kids being displayed every week on ESPN and all kind of stuff. It's just like, yeah, we really had to go get it and get seen. But, you know what I'm saying, to their credit, like, it's a whole different ball game now. It works out in their favor, but if you ain't got that work ethic and that, you know what I'm saying, that drive to just go out and try to get it, man. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna appreciate it as much as they could.
Yeah,
different, you know what I mean? I can't say everybody is just like, you know what I'm saying, give me this, give me that, because there's some dogs out there that's working. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, if you got your opportunity, man, make the best out of it.
Yeah. Now, in them 14 years, you ever played anyone like that you know or played against? Or because I know Marcus played against DG before, and DG played against Draylon before.
Draylon.
When you was in Japan?
I got Draylon to Japan. My second year in Japan, Dre had texted me, and he was like, Ray T, I need another agent, bro. Like, you over there in Japan, like, you know what I'm saying, see if you could hook me up. So I gave my agent his whole rundown, like, look, this is my man back at the crib. He a dog, certified bucket, he get to it. So, okay, cool, I'll check him out. A couple months later, Dre was in Japan. 3 championships. Still over there now getting to it. Like, yeah. And every time we talk about it, I still got like pictures and stuff from when we played, because he's in Okinawa and I was in Toyama and then in Shiga. And every time we played in Okinawa, whatever, like, they always had like pictures of me guarding him guard me. And it's just like, bro, we came from the crib and we playing against each other in Japan. Like, it's crazy.
That's cold. And you got that framed up or no?
No, I got in a scrapbook though.
Oh, okay. Now, out of all the I guess it wasn't 14 different countries, was it? But your 14 years playing, if you had to choose to stay there and not come to the States, which country would you live in?
Japan.
It's
just like the crib, as far as like the technology, as far as like to some people, like, they don't understand how good we got it back at the crib until you go play in Europe and connect all your electricity. and all your devices, and you blow a fuse down there every week. Yeah. And the Japan, you know what I'm saying, the Japanese system was set up just like ours. So they had the same outlets, the same power structure, the same whatever. So plug and play over there. But bro, you go to Europe, you got these power converters, and you got to do all this other stuff, and food and stuff was different. It's just like, nah, Japan was, that was the easiest living that I had being overseas.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. Yeah. So you do your 14 years, and I actually seen this, I want to say on your page. Yeah, I was looking at one of your videos because you got a chance to play the big three. Like, how did that come about? Because then it's a draft. Did you enter your, do you got to have an agent for that? No? Oh, okay. So how did the big three come about?
So I was training with one of my cats down here, whatever, Coach Snap. I was training with him because he was getting me ready for the TBT tournament. And so he was like, bro, why you never tried out for the big three? I was like, I wanted to. I said, I know it's like, you know what I'm saying, NBA vets, overseas guys that, you know what I'm saying, used to hoop, but still trying to, you know what I'm saying, stay in the game. But I thought about it, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how to go about doing it. And he was like, oh, he was like, bro, you should try out. I'm like, well, when is the tryout? This fool was like, oh, they having one today. I'm like, that don't do me no good.
Exactly.
He's showing me the video. He put up his Instagram. He's showing me the videos of like the line outside of the tryout cats before they going into, which I'm like, bro, it's too late. We in the gym session right now and they walking in the door for the tryout. I was like, you know what, I'll try out next year. So next year come around January, I start seeing them posting for the tryouts in Dallas. I'm like, oh, bet, let me start getting back in the gym. So I'm working out with dude or whatever. And one of the cats that I play in a league with down here or whatever, he was in the big three, Justin Denman.
Okay.
So they play the church league every day. And so he was like, look, man, they having a tryout or whatever, like, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. So it was like me and two other cats from the little league that had actually put our paperwork and paid our money for the tryout, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. By the end of that week, 2 days leading up to the tryout, he was like, look, everybody needs to go try out. All the cats was like, nah, bro, I ain't finna try out because it's politics. Like, they don't be letting nobody get in. They only want ex-NBA cats, so on and so forth. And so he ended up talking like 12 people from the church to come to the tryout. I'm like, damn, now these cats gonna be. I like, they hurting the chances. They hurting my numbers, man. They hurting my numbers, man.
For real.
So at this point, he had got all of them like a plug. He was like, look, they charging $500 for the combine, but since they ain't got enough numbers, they only charging $50 or $100 for the rest of the week. I had already paid my $500. I'm like, damn. Said, man, where you get him? He had hit me the night after I had paid. Like, Ray, did you pay your money for the tryout? I'm like, yeah, I just paid it. He was like, damn. I said, wow, what's good? He said, I got a plug. They're charging $100 now. I'm like, well, I know what, I'm gonna play for this $500. So I went to the joint hungry. So we having a tryout, whatever. They supposed to pick 4 players from each city to go to the final combine. So they come out middle of the tryout, like, look, we just got a call from Cube. They can only take 2 players from each city now. So they call out the last 10, 15 players. We had to play like the last little 3-on-3 like battle for whatever, for like to see who was the top dogs at the tournament. Yeah. And so they picked 2 of the cats that had came from the church league. So they picked my man TK and they picked my man Gip. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, respect, because they earned it. Like they was showing out at the tryouts. I'm like, bro, that's just a blessing, man. God definitely look out for y'all, because they was definitely hungry. So it was like, look, don't count yourself out, because people still get call ups or whatever, anything goes, whatever. So we taking these 2 to the combine. All right, everybody else, y'all, good luck. So I'm like, okay, cool. My man hit me like, look, next couple of days, check your email. I'm like, what? He was like, no, they weren't supposed to pull that. They supposed to have 4 people or whatever. And like, you was number 3 on the list. I'm like, well, okay, cool. So 2 days go by, I ain't hear nothing. He hit me like, bro, you get the email yet? I'm like, no, they ain't hit me. He's like, all right, cool. So that 3rd day, I get the email like, look, we know we can only take 2 players from the tryout, but we were so impressed with your play, we want to invite you to the final combine in Vegas. We're not gonna pay your way. You got to get there on your own. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bet. I go in there looking at prices. I'm like, ooh,
Damn.
bruh. I said recession time. I said it was $1,300 for me to get out there, bro.
And that's just the flight.
No, that was everything included, the flight, hotel, everything. I'm like, damn, because with the 2 tickets from the tryout was all expenses paid. So I'm like, okay, cool. Get to the combine. I'm playing decent. They had a draft or whatever. And Cube like, look, a lot of guys from the combine feel like, you know what I'm saying, just because they did this or did that they ain't gonna make it, or they got a guaranteed shot because they played in the league last year. Like, ain't no guarantees with the big 3. Like, look, I don't care if you did this or did that, like, you got to work for it. Like, and a lot of cats feel like they're gonna get it handed to them because they played last year, they did good in the combine. Like, stay in shape, stay ready. Because people get hurt, people got other obligations, they be having summer league, people got to go. So just stay ready. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, God, it's time to focus. So they had a draft. I'm watching the draft like, damn, still ain't get picked up. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still gonna stay in shape, practicing every day. And so I'm watching the first 2 weeks of the season. So after week 1, I get a phone call from my man Justin Denton. He like, look, Jay Rich, he ain't happy with Jason Richardson. Like, Jay Rich ain't happy with the way the team playing because he had to miss the first week. Like, he ain't happy with the way the team playing. We might make some decisions and make some changes in the next couple of weeks. I'll keep you posted. So I'm like, okay, cool. Next week, they balled out. I'm like, damn, they ain't finna make no change. I'm like,
damn, man.
No change. They ain't finna make no changes. So after week 2, I get the phone call. He like, look, we about to have a meeting because Gerald Green, he want to pick up his brother because his brother played for Tri-State, the team that I got picked up by. He's like, he want to pick up his brother because they get rid of a cat on their team. So if they pick up his brother, we're going to slide you in his spot. I'm like, okay, bet. So like, I'll call you after the meeting. That felt like the longest hour of my life, bro. He called me back. He like, hey, man, like, we decided to go in another direction. Like, we picking up another cat, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything else change in the future, we'll look out for you. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna pick you up. I'm like, damn. All right, cool, bro. It's all love. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still stay focused. I'm gonna trust God, do my thing. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from Jay Rich. He like, bro, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? He was like, we just picked you up. I'm like, I just got the phone with JD. He said y'all went another direction. Y'all picked him. He said, man, he playing with you, dog. He was like, man, he said, yeah, man, we just picked you up. Whatever, we're gonna send you all the paperwork. You excited? I'm like, bro, I'm in tears damn near. Like, hell yeah, I'm ready to rock. And he was like, yeah, man, like we picked you up. You know what I'm saying? I heard a lot about you. We done checked your references. We got film on you, everything. I'm like it's big business. Like, they ain't finna give nobody no bread they ain't did their homework on. They had called all my coaches overseas, everything. I'm like, damn, because my coaches was like, we just gotta, because I still had good relationship with some of my coaches from overseas. Like, well, somebody from Big 3 just messaged us and asked about you and so on and so forth. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he picked me up, and when I got in Big 3 or whatever, they told me like, look, you're gonna have a very limited role. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're gonna get limited minutes, you come in, you do what you can, whatever, but it's mainly about the 3 captains. Yeah, them and Jason Richardson and Larry Sanders. Yeah. And so like the other 2 players they pick up is just like pretty much the role players, the fill-in guy. But my guy DeJuan Summers, he came out balling. So he got him a starting spot real quick. So I'm just playing my role on the team. You know what I'm saying, staying highly motivated, motivating all the guys. I'm still doing my thing in practice, so on and so forth. And we get a hot streak. We first in the league, and I think it was like 4-1. And so we went on a cold streak. We lost 3 straight.
Ooh, shit.
I'm like, then we go from first to like sixth, 3 weeks. So I message Dr. J because he was our coach. So I messaged Dr. J like, look, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, bro. Like, but I feel like you can use me. Like, I feel like we losing because everybody be tired. Y'all playing on the whole game. You know what I'm saying? They got to score, play defense, like they spent. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to give you a shot. Like, you always, you know what I'm saying, work hard in practice. You stay ready. You take care of yourself. Like, I know you can ball. We're going to give you a shot. Next week, same shit. I'm like, it's like 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes, because we don't even go by minutes. It was like 8 points left to game, first team to 50. And they want me to guard Glenn Rice Jr. And at this point, he got like 25 points already. He's cooking. And they go in there and stop him. I'm like, man, what you want me to do this game? what you want me to do this game? I go in there, I foul him, I rough him up a little bit, whatever. I'm like, where's ball game? Next week, last game of the season, whatever. He was like, okay, we're gonna let you rock. So game come, I get an early sub. I'm like, I don't know they're going around this time. Okay, cool. I'll go in the game. I'm thinking I'm just relieving a little time, whatever. He called a timeout. I'm sitting on the bench. Everybody go back in. I'm just sitting there. He's like, Ray, what you doing? I said, what you mean? He's like, no, you still in the game. I said, okay, cool. So I go out there, shoot my first shot, missed. Damn. Another three. I shot it. It was a mid-range on the baseline. Shot a mid-range. It was like the shot clock was going down. Miss. Had an open three. Miss. I'm like, damn. Halftime hit. Okay, he clearly finna sub me out now. Halftime come back. He like, Ray, you still in the game? I'm like, okay, cool. He gonna let me rock a little bit. It's last game of the season. What I got to lose? So pause that. So rewind it. Before the last game of the season, we all in the group chat. Look, it's the last game of the season. We done lost 3 straight. Let's leave it all on the floor. I messaged everybody like, look, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm going for 40 tonight. Like, and it's first team to 50, right? So I'm going for 40 tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just joking around, not thinking of nothing, because I ain't played none the whole season. So game comes, like I said, so fast forward back to the game, halftime, leave me in the game. Okay, got the ball, hit a 3. Okay, hit another 3. Pull up mid-range, drive to the basket, easy left, another 3, another 3, another one, another one. Bro, I balls the fuck out. Bro, I caught fire. I went 6 for 6 for 3 and 2 middies in the layup from all in the second half, bro.
Wow.
And I'm like, bro, that's just proof that, like saying, being faithful, bro, trusting and believing in God, man. Things that work out may not be when you want it to, but like I said, just being faithful and just being consistent with your work ethic when things ain't going your way.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the tale of my life, bro. Like
I
said, same thing in Vincent, same thing in Wisconsin. Like, and that's just been my story. Like, just stay down, stay faithful, stay true to the game, bro. And it'll work its way out for you.
Yeah, most definitely, dude. And that's such a dope story, man. And with you not having an actual chance to like play in the NBA, I know that's gotta be a good feeling, like playing in the big 3, you know what I'm saying? And seeing Ice Cube and all these other stars and all that type of stuff. So
yeah,
I'm glad you able to experience that. You gonna go back for the following year too? Is it okay? Is it the contract thing with the big 3?
No. So every year you still gotta do the combine or whatever if you're not a captain. So captains are selected before the season even starts. And then they have the combine for the 2 players that they pick up.
Okay.
Since I played this year, I don't have to go to the tryout, but I still got to go to the combine unless they tell me ahead of time, like, we're going to pick you back up. But I've been in communication with a couple people and it looks bright. But like I said, I'm not betting on nothing. Like, I'm still going to do the work, still stay true to the process, because just like Cube said, just because you played in the last year and you did good, like, don't think that you automatically guarantee the spot. So whatever happens from it, I'm gonna be ready for it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now I know you didn't watch Boys in the Hood a million times, right?
Right.
Seeing Ice Cube, how was that for you?
Bruh, that was so dope because like growing up, like my sister, like she was in love with Cube, so she had the posters, everything, like listen to the music. So like Cube was a part of the household. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And even with that, like Dr. J was the first person my pop introduced me to with basketball. So like I idolized him growing up. So to be able to play for him and get to be in the league that's ran by Cube, it was just like life came around full circle. And like Cube's such a laid back dude, like he's just like one of the fellas, man. He ain't like on no celebrity status, like he too cool for school. Like he'll sit there, rap with you, talk to you, take pictures, everything. Like
Yeah.
just a real cool dude all the way around.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Now, you played the big three, and a lot of people know that you diesel now. Wow. Yo, been strong. So when did the personal training, like you becoming a personal trainer, when did that come about? Like that's something like
that from me being overseas. I want to say my second year in Germany, I got into lifting. We had like 2 weeks left after the season, and a couple of my teammates were going to the gym like every day. So I'm like, I'll just go with y'all, whatever. So I started lifting with them, whatever, and I started putting on some size because I was still thin as hell in Germany. So I started putting on some size or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little strong. I'm starting to fill out. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like this. So I just started lifting at that point. But when I got personal training, I got hurt when I was in Japan, and I sprained my ankle real bad. And they put my ankle in a hard cast for like 3 weeks. I'm like, I've never heard of a sprained ankle being in a hard cast because it's no mobility with your ankle. And so my ankle was green, blue, purple, everything. So I ended up missing half of the season because they misdiagnosed me. So I'm like, nah, I got to learn as much about the human body as I can so I can be able to deal with this kind of stuff on my own. So then I got certified personal training, and like I learned so much about the human body and how it works, and you know what I'm saying, how to manipulate certain things to get certain results. And I'm like, I could do this moving forward as something full time because I was in love with it at that time. Like I know how to train myself. I know how to get size and then help other people. Because at that time, like people was hitting me up like, hey bro, like what you got going, bro? Like you need to, hey, send me some workouts. Like
I got you, dog.
hey, like, send me some workouts. And like I would just, you know what I'm saying, design them something, send it to them, whatever. And my wife, she was like you can make money off of this. Like all these players is asking you for these programs, whatever. Like, I'm like, no, this is something I love. Like, I ain't trying to charge them for it. Like, they the homies, whatever. So I'm like, I ain't think nothing of it. But then I felt like that was already my fallback career when I got done with basketball. So I was just learning as much as I could. And I would train a couple cats here and there, like in the summers when I came back home from for off season. But then, like I said, when pandemic and all that stuff hit, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this full time. So I started training. It took on a life of its own, man. And I've been doing it solid for 3 years now.
Man, that's dope. Yeah, everybody. See, that's the thing. I want to be buff like Ray T, but I don't want to put in the fucking work. That's what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? But that's dope that you're doing that. You know, you do more than athletes, right? You do it all. Okay.
I do mostly gym pop, like general population, bro. Like all of my clients is like busy, you know what I'm saying, blue collar, white collar people. Like I barely train athletes. And like that was one of the reasons why I got into personal training, to, like I said, know how to deal with myself, prevent injuries, you know what I'm saying, level up, get more explosive on the court, whatever. So I wanted to transition that to be like on the training staff in the league. Like that was my ultimate goal, like be on the training staff in the league. I don't want to own my own gym. I don't want, like, it's a headache for all that. Like my thing, I wanted to be still somewhere in the basketball realm because I love it. You know what I mean? So, but doing this stuff now, and I ended up training a lot of cats that was in the league, that was, you know what I'm saying, playing the G League, that's overseas, whatever. So it's still you know what I'm saying, still have the chance to do that. But like I said, right now, most of my clients, if not all, is just like regular everyday folks. And I get more out of that because it's I won't say easy, but it's pretty much cut and paste to train an athlete. Like, but to actually get somebody that's struggling with diabetes, that's overweight, that has a heart condition, that, you know what I'm saying, don't got no experience with exercise, and then getting them to be healthy and getting them to make better decisions and understand like their life really matters and it means something, like that shit goes a long way with me, bro. Like, because, you know what I'm saying, like, especially with Black folks, like we dying, bro. We don't know no better. We ain't got the proper education. Like, even the stuff that we do know is just like you said, we don't want to do the work. Nah, we stuck in our ways. I'm gonna eat this the rest of my life. I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. Like, and it don't have to be that way. Like, you can change, you can do better for yourself. And yeah, I could eat pretty much what I want to eat. You know what I mean? Is that healthy for me? No. But I know the right things that I need to do if I need to modify and manipulate certain things. That's why I still stay the same. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's dope. That's dope, man. Listen, JT, I got two more.
now you did it again.
Ray T, man. This Ray T, JT stuff, man. Come on.
I'm about to
Why y'all can't just have a name like Q Bar, man? Q Bar, QB, Q, Quincy, Ray T, JT, Mike T. Like, come on, man. With all these, no, just Ray T. Ray T.
I got you, bro.
You know I love you, dog. But no, I just got a couple more things before I let you go, man. But I really do appreciate you coming to the Barcode podcast, man. Like, when you sent that DM, man, for me, it was just kind of like, damn, like, he don't even know that I looked up to him too, along with Boo and Greg and all these guys, man. So, you know, these, like, every interview I do is special, but it's some that just had me like, damn, like Ray T, like Greg, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So for you to come to the Barcode podcast, man, I appreciate that so much, man. And I'm gonna make sure that I put in capital letters, Ray T. Ray T. All right. So
hey, that's love, bro. And you know, it's funny because just what you just said about me, I had a similar experience. Like maybe 6 months ago, a cat that I looked, same class, the cat that I looked up to growing up reached out to me. J.R. Morris. He reached out to me like, bro, like, you motivate me so much, bro, to like stay after it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not too late. Like, I got to get back in the gym, get in shape, whatever. So, and I'm like, bro, I used to look up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the smoothest cats out of Milwaukee, left hand, right hand, like a certified bucket. I'm like, but I used to love watching JR ball. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, for him to message me, come full circle, like, I'm motivating and inspiring him to do something, you know what I'm saying, different with his life. Like, he got his whole, you know what I'm saying, hair care line going, like, and it's booming. He sent me some like facial stuff and like some all kind of stuff. Like, dog, it's a dope product. Like, he got one.
He got one for sure.
One. Send me like a little shaving kit and all that stuff. Like, bro, he got one. Y'all go check that out too. But like I said, just full circle, like, you know what I'm saying, people not even knowing, like, you looked up to them, but then they reach out to you like, bro, I like what you're doing. Like, yeah, it definitely, it's a humbling experience. Like, oh, that's word. Like, long as people know, like, where your heart is, you got good motives, good intentions, like, everything work out the way it's supposed to.
Man, for sure, man. Like I said, 2 more things, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna name 10 players, but I'm gonna pair them up, and you pick Allen Iverson or Kyrie Irving.
Hey,
OG right there, y'all. Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
Kobe.
LeBron James or Magic Johnson?
Bron.
Kevin Garnett or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
You like Tim? Ray T with the braids or bald head Ray T?
Bald head.
Oof. Ray T with the braids though.
Listen, it's different. Listen, it is different. It is different.
Different. I'm already knowing, man. Last one, Ray T. What advice do you have for these kids, man?
Listen. So many kids are at the point now they don't want to listen to anything because they have so much information at their fingertips. Like, it's a reason why certain people are placed in your life as an example of what to do and what not to do. Anytime you see somebody that has been through the trenches or did anything successful with their life or even not successful, like, you can take any information with a grain of salt. Like, there's no bad information. You take it and apply it to you and make it work for you. Like, don't feel like you know too much because you got this person in your ear saying you the next this person or the next Michael Jordan or the next whatever. Like, no, just be able to listen and take information from anybody.
Yeah, I like that. I like that advice. Well, there y'all have it, man. Came to the Barcode Podcast. My boy Ray T. Ray Nixon came to the Barcode Podcast. This means a lot, man. I'm gonna continue interviewing, growing, and get everyone's stories out here. And one of your stories is really like one that I cherish. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot today. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that I didn't know about you, but I learned a lot today, and I thank you for sharing that. With me and the audience. And good luck with your training and the rest of your career with the Big Three. You're a wonderful person, man. Thank you for coming to the Barcode Podcast, baby.
Hey, bro, had a lovely time.
Yeah.
Just touched down, back on road, counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode.